Welcome to TTN Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed. Here I'm with the latest news for 30th November 2023. Saudi officials and delegates react to Expo 2030 win. There were celebrations all around on Tuesday evening following the news that Saudi Arabia will host World Expo 2030. Riyadh won the vote by convincing margin, securing 119 out of 156 votes from the member state of the Bureau International. This exposition in Paris, as the majority was more than two-thirds, it meant a second round of voting was unnecessary. Riyadh gathered to celebrate World Expo 2030 win. Fireworks and a grand laser show light up the sky with the words Riyadh, the world's choice on Tuesday evening. Flags in hand, citizen, resident and visitor gathered in the capital to celebrate the kingdom win of the Expo 2030 bid. Leading up to the celebration, crowds assembled in Ghadir district, Olaya Street, direct across from the King Fahd Financial District, waiting in anticipation to hear the announcement of the Expo 2030 host. Japan relaxes visa requirement for Saudi nationals. Japan on Wednesday announced the relaxation of visa requirement for Saudi nationals, introducing multiple entry visa scheme for Saudi who met certain financial requirements. According to the Japanese embassy in Saudi Arabia, the new visa was introduced for short-term stay for the purpose of tourism, business and visiting relatives or friends. It will be granted for a period of 90 days with a validity of 3 years. The scheme will come into effect on December 4 and will require applicant to visit the embassy or consulate general in order to submit their application. Indian trade union stand with Palestine, reject sending workers to Israel. India's main trade union asked the government on Wednesday to uphold its historical support for Palestine's statehood and scrap plans to send tens of thousands of workers to Israel. Representing some 100 million workers, Indian trade union organization said earlier this month that the government was considering manpower export to Israel, which would see some 90,000 Indian construction workers replace their Palestinian counterparts. UN calls for irreversible move towards two-state solution to Israel crisis. The United Nations on Wednesday called for the international community to move toward a two-state solution to the Palestine-Israel conflict, says Jerusalem should serve as the capital of both states. It is long past time to move in a determined, irreversible way toward a two-state solution on the basis of United Nations resolution and international law, said Tatiana, Director General of the UN Office in Geneva, delivering a speech authored by UN Secretary General Antonio Marcos to call attention to climate financing commitment at COP28. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said on Wednesday that he will use the COP28 summit in Dubai as a platform to remind nations for their climate change commitment, especially in climate financing. The Philippine delegation led by Marcos will join officials from nearly 200 countries at the annual UN summit that begins on Thursday. Thailand welcomes release of 2 more Thai hostages held by Hamas. Thai Foreign Minister Panpri Bahadda welcomed on Wednesday the release of 2 more Thai hostages who had been held by Hamas in Gaza, the latest to be freed under a temporary truce between Israel and Hamas. Happy to personally welcome 2 additional Thai hostages just released and arrived at the hospital in Tel Aviv. Panpri, who is also Deputy Prime Minister, posted on social media platform X. Sri Lanka reaches agreement with India and Paris Club on debt treatment. Sri Lanka has reached an agreement in principle with India and the Paris Club group of creditors, including Japan, on a debt treatment plan. With the help of this crisis-hit island nation tapped the next tranche of the International Monetary Fund nearly $3 billion recovery package. The OCC Official Creditor Committee and Sri Lanka agreed on the main parameter of a debt treatment consistent with those of the extended fund facility arrangement between Sri Lanka and the IMF, the Paris Club said in a statement on Wednesday. While the statement did not spell out the parameter, the OCC said in the stands ready and look forward for formalizing the agreement in the upcoming weeks in a memorandum of understanding with Sri Lanka. Indian Union government to provide 15,000 women self-help group with drone that can be rented out for agriculture purpose. The Union government will provide 15,000 progressive women self-help group with drones to be rented out to farmers for agriculture purpose. The drone service are envisaged to be used by the farmer for nano fertilizer and pesticide application. The decision was taken at a meeting of the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur told the media on November 29. Cabinet approved 24,000 crore outlay for development mission for particularly vulnerable tribal group. The Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved a special development mission for particularly vulnerable tribal group with a total outlay of 24,000 crore rupees over a 3-year period, of which 15,000 crore will be funded by the central government and 8,000 crore will be borne by the respective state government, according to an official statement. The PM Janman, which was announced in this year's Union Budget speech and launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on November 15, is meant to improve the overall socio-economic condition of the 75 tribal group recognized as particularly vulnerable. It will focus on 11 critical interventions which are part of existing scheme and which will be implemented on the ground by 9 ministers. India welcomes release of Israeli hostages by Hamas, calls for immediate unconditional release of those remaining. India has welcomed the release of Israeli hostages by Hamas and called for the immediate and unconditional release of those still held in the captivity by the militant group, asserting that there can be no justification for terrorism and hostages taking. Last week, an agreement was reached by Israel and Hamas with the mediation of Qatar supported by Egypt and the United States to release Israel and other foreign nations taking as a hostage by Hamas during the October 7 attack. Jammu and Kashmir police book a NIT student for hurting religious sentiment in Srinagar. The Jammu and Kashmir police book a student of the National Institute of Technology Srinagar on November 29 for allegedly insulting Islam and outraging the religious feeling in the wake of protests spreading in the Kashmir Valley following reports of the objectionable post shared on social media by the student. A police spokesperson said the Jammu and Kashmir police had taken cognizance of the incident of uploading sensitive content against religious sentiment of a particular community by one student of the NIT Srinagar. Mangaluru blast case NIA files charge sheet against 2 accused. The National Investigation Agency on Wednesday filed a charge sheet against two accused in the Islamic State-sponsored pressure cooker blast that took place in Mangalore in Karnataka in November last year. The accused have been identified as Mohammad Sharik and Syed Yasin, as alleged Mohammad Sharik had been carrying the pressure cooker improvised explosive device in auto rickshaw when it had exploded on November 19, 2022. In major relief, IHC acquitted Nawaz Sharif in Avenfield reference. In a massive relief for the PMLN, the Islamabad High Court on Wednesday acquitted former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in the Avenfield reference. The verdict was announced by a two-member bench comprising Islamabad High Court Chief Justice Amir Farooq and Justice Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb on Nawaz's appeal against his conviction in the case. Signing of several investment agreements between Pakistan and Kuwait worth billions of dollars. Pakistan and Kuwait have signed 7 agreements and 3 memorandum of understanding for investment worth billions of dollars in various sectors including food security, agriculture, hydropower, minerals. According to a statement issued by the media wing of Prime Minister Office on Wednesday, caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Kakkar met Kuwait First Deputy Prime Minister and Interim Minister Sheikh Talal Al Khalid Al Ahmad Al Sabah. Army Chief Minister Syed Asim Munir was also present during the meeting. The two leaders emphasized the importance of the historic brotherly relation between the two countries and reiterated their desire to further strengthen the brotherly relation by transforming them into mutually beneficial economic partnership. The two leaders attended the signing of 7 agreements and 3 memorandum of understanding between the two countries. Imran to not take part in intra-party poll, Gohar Khan nominated for PTI chairman. PTI's barrister Ali Zafar announced on Wednesday that Chairman Imran Khan will not be contesting the intra-party poll scheduled for December 2 due to his legal problem, and also confirmed that Barrister Gohar Khan has been nominated for the slot for party chairmanship in a temporary arrangement. That's all in today's headlines. Keep watching TTN Info TV SK channel by subscribing and do hit the bell icon to receive notification and more updates.